Hi everybody, welcome to Outdoor Cooking and Camping with me, Walter Colbath, and Boyd Allen. Today we're in Riverbend Park, Jupiter, Florida, one of our favorite places to come camping and canoeing. But today we're going to talk to you about Dutch oven cooking, show you a recipe that you can make on your next camping trip. Let me show you. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I have the fire chimney already going with the charcoal inside. Now for this recipe, what I've done, I have put 23 briquettes inside, because when I put them on the Dutch oven, I'm going to put 16 on top and 7 below. That's because I need more heat on top, pushing down to cook it from above. So come on back when this is done and I'll show you the rest of the recipe. Hey guys, so the coals are getting hot. It's time to mix the ingredients, start our Dutch oven cooking. What we're going to do is a very simple cobbler that you can do on the trail next time you go camping. Let me show you what it is. First thing, gotta take the lid off the Dutch oven. I have a little trivet that I can set the lid on top. Nice to have. Next thing I'm gonna take is 2 21-ounce cans of whatever your favorite fruit is. Mine happens to be peaches. Just pour them right in the Dutch oven. And by the way, what I'm using is a 12-inch Dutch oven. There are different sizes. There's a 12-inch deep Dutch oven for different kind of recipes. There's 14-inch Dutch ovens. There's also smaller ones. But this is a 12-inch that'll feed about 8 to 10 people. So we have 2 21-ounce cans of peach pie filling. Kind of spread that around a little bit. And then I'm going to take 1 box of yellow cake mix. I'm going to sprinkle it on top. Cover all the peaches. Get as evenly as you can. All right. Now, the third ingredient is a can of soda. I'm using Sprite. Depending on what you might make, you might use something different. You could take black cherry pie filling and take a dark chocolate cake, which would be like a black forest cherry cobbler. And I would use a Coke. You can use blackberries and Mountain Dew. A lot of things. Experiment. Now, the key is I put the cake mix on top of the peach pie filling. Do not stir it. I then take my Sprite soda and just pour it on top of the filling. Get it all over everything as evenly as you can. All right, and that's done. And again, do not stir. That's what's key about this. Let's go ahead, put the lid on. We're gonna go over and put it on the coals. All right guys, so we have our ingredients in the Dutch oven. The next thing is to go ahead and put the coals on top of and under the Dutch oven. Key is creating a 350-degree temperature. To do this, what I've done is, this is again a 12-inch Dutch oven, so I've doubled the coals. 23 coals are in here. 16 are gonna go on top, 7 are going on the bottom. The reason why you have more on top, you have to push the heat down. Heat rises, so you got to push that heat down. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put coals on top. There's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And now, since I put 23 coals in, I have 7 left for the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and empty those out. And I've also put them in a little bit of a circle so that you don't have the heat being concentrated in any one section. All right, that looks good. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and move my Dutch oven over to on top. And there we go. So now it's a matter of letting this go for 30 minutes. Now in between, about every 15 minutes, I'm gonna turn the Dutch oven a quarter turn one way, and I'm gonna turn the lid a quarter turn the other way. And what that does, it helps you prevent hot spots, and you have a great cobbler when we're done. See you later. All right, guys, we have our cobbler going. It's been in here for about 15 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and rotate the Dutch oven quarter turn one way, and I'm gonna rotate the top a quarter turn the other way. What this will do is allow hot spots to be transferred so you don't get a burned area. Now, one of the pieces of equipment I have is a lid remover, and that's what I'll use to rotate the lid. So watch this. Slide it in, and without lifting it, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it one quarter turn, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take the Dutch oven, and I'm gonna make a quarter turn in the opposite direction. And that will do a couple more times, and after about 30 minutes, we'll be ready to serve some great peach cobbler. See you then. All right, so we're back here. It's been about 35 minutes for the Dutch oven. One thing that's important, coals last about 40 to 45 minutes. So any recipe you do that falls outside of that range, make sure and have new coals ready to go on. But since this is 30 minutes, 35 minutes, it's all done. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off easily. And if you see, I have a little lid trivet. I can set my lid down here. Not getting any ashes in. Wow. Guys, this looks great. Peach cobbler, Dutch oven cooking on the trail. Can't get any better than that.